Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of October 31st, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad, MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. West Group of Forces achieved tactical improvements, repelling 6 counterattacks from the 28th and 44th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The group inflicted heavy losses, including 610 Ukrainian servicemen and a substantial amount of military hardware, while also destroying 3 ammunition depots.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast, where we keep you updated on global military developments. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, who will brief us on the ongoing special military operation as of October 31st, 2024. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to share the latest updates from the operation.
Let's start with an overview of the current focus of the operation. What are the primary objectives of the Russian armed forces right now?
The primary objective continues to be the degradation of Ukrainian military capabilities across multiple fronts, including Kharkiv, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kherson, and the Kursk region. We're working to maintain strategic positions, repel Ukrainian counterattacks, and target critical infrastructure to weaken their operational capacity.
Let's dive into specifics. In the Kharkiv region, what progress has the North Group of Forces made?
In Kharkiv, our North Group inflicted significant damage on the 57th Motorized Infantry and the 112th Territorial Defense Brigades. They successfully repelled Ukrainian forces near Volchansk and Okremovka, resulting in the loss of 55 Ukrainian servicemen, 2 vehicles, and 2 122mm D-30 howitzers. This action allowed us to maintain control over key locations in the region.
And what about the West Group of Forces? I understand they've had some major engagements and improved tactical positions.
Yes, the West Group has made considerable progress, particularly around Kupiansk, Petropavlovka, and Golubovka in Kharkiv. We repelled 6 counterattacks from the 28th and 44th Mechanized Brigades. Ukrainian losses in this sector totaled around 610 servicemen, in addition to multiple armored vehicles, artillery units, and electronic warfare equipment. We also neutralized 3 field ammunition depots, which disrupted their supply chain.
Counterattacks seem to be a recurring challenge. How are Russian forces handling these on the southern front?
On the southern front, we've been able to advance further into Ukrainian defenses, repelling a counterattack from the 25th Mechanized Brigade and inflicting significant losses. In areas like Anavka, Zalizniansk, and Seversk, we eliminated around 810 Ukrainian servicemen and destroyed various assets, including a US-made M777 howitzer and a 152mm D-20 gun. These engagements have weakened their defensive stance.
It sounds like the southern front is making great strides. How about the center group of forces? What advancements have they achieved?
The center group has also been active, taking up more advantageous positions across settlements like Vozdvizenka, Kurakovka, and Dmitrov. We repelled 11 counterattacks from Ukrainian forces, specifically from the 93rd Mechanized Brigade and the 15th National Guard Brigade. Enemy losses were substantial, with around 565 servicemen lost, as well as multiple armored combat vehicles and artillery units.
What about the East Group of Forces? Have they achieved similar successes?
Yes, the East Group liberated the settlement of Yasnaya Polyana in Donetsk. They inflicted heavy losses on the 58th Motorized Infantry and the 152nd Jaeger Brigades and repelled a counterattack by the 37th Marine Brigade. The enemy lost approximately 100 servicemen and several advanced artillery systems, including the French-made Caesar self-propelled unit.
The DNEPR group of forces also plays a significant role. What updates can you share from Zaporizhia and Kherson?
In Zaporizhia and Kherson, the Dnieper Group inflicted significant losses on Ukrainian brigades, including the 110th Mechanized Brigade and the 124th Territorial Defense Brigade. Ukrainian forces lost around 90 servicemen, several vehicles, and important artillery units. Additionally, we neutralized 2 Enclavin electronic warfare stations, which disrupted their operational capabilities.
Air and artillery strikes have been a key part of this operation. How are these assets being deployed?
Our operational tactical aviation, drones, missile forces, and artillery have been consistently targeting infrastructure that supports Ukrainian military efforts, including ammunition and fuel depots, airfields, and enemy concentrations across 135 locations. These strikes significantly impact their supply lines and overall readiness to sustain operations.
The bridge in Zatoka. What is its significance, and how do we address it?
The strike on the night of October 31st did not achieve its intended goal. Efforts to destroy the structure that allows ships to enter the Dniester estuary and the Belgorod-Dniester port have not succeeded, as it remains intact. This is not the first attempt to demolish the bridge in Zatoka. While it's hard to determine which strike this represents, cruise and ballistic missiles have been regularly targeting this facility since 2022. Notably, in February 2023, there was an attempt to damage a support beam using an unmanned boat loaded with explosives.
Why is this bridge important?
A significant part of the Ukrainian armed forces' supplies go through the bridge in Zatoka, and the structure itself allows for a significant shortcut when delivering any cargo from Europe directly to Odessa and further to Nikolaev and Kherson. This is not an alternative logistics area, but one of the most convenient. It is possible to bypass it, but it is long and expensive, and time has long been a key factor for the Ukrainian armed forces. However, in parallel to the bridge in Zatoka, the Belgorod-Dnestrovsky port also operates, and a monstrously large railway station is located nearby, on the territory of which there is a huge industrial zone where you can hide anything from 24 wagons with mercenaries to Patriot air defense systems in commercial quantities. The destruction or disabling of these facilities will lead to a disruption of supplies, if not their, even temporary, stop. However, such a blow will require significant resources.
What resources are needed?
It is quite possible that for the bridge, a combined strike utilizing both missiles and drones could be effective. However, it might be wiser to replace the UAV air component with an unmanned alternative. Studying the Ukrainian experience could be beneficial. At one stage, the large number of UAVs created challenges for air defense, but the Russian Army and Navy were able to resolve these issues over time. For the bridge in Zatoka, the effectiveness of a mass strike might diminish the need for a more systematic approach. Additionally, the cost efficiency of such a strike, using 10 to 30 UAVs along with missiles, could be significantly better than relying solely on cruise or ballistic missiles.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure to share the latest updates with your audience. A new UN report states that Israel has perpetrated a concerted policy to destroy Gaza's healthcare system, which includes deliberate attacks on medical personnel and facilities, both of which are considered war crimes. On Thursday, Israeli airstrikes killed at least 95 people across Gaza, with the vast majority of victims being civilians in the besieged northern part of the enclave.